Hello, Michael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, George.
I would like to welcome everybody to the World Summit, where I'm talking with the greatest minds of this planet about communities, their opinion, their life story. And I have the honor to welcome Michal Rada from the Plzeň, Czech Republic, in this talk. Hello, Michael. Welcome.
Thank you for the invitation. And to be honest, I feel honored to be in the middle of the greatest minds of the planet. I'm not sure if my mind is the greatest one, but maybe it's strange. Let's see. Let's see what will come.
And I will start with the word human. How do you perceive this word? Can you tell us about this this feeling, human, a little bit? Maybe I can start with this.
For me, human is the biggest title which anyone can really get, acquire, or feel like. I have it as the only title on my own business card for almost 9 years. And I realized that speaking about human and humanity, it's all the time bring me goosebumps. Even now I have a goosebumps on my skin because it is so deep and so closely connected to nature and space and everything around us. And it is just important that every one of us, have a human inside. We just need to wake it up. And it can be done. And I'm happy that you and your events and many others, Industry 5.0 events and so on, all over the globe, we can wake up humans in a human. And this is what we should do. And we should behave like human. That's important.
Thank you, Michael, for sharing these words with me. I'm glad and honored. And now let's ease up a little bit. Tell me, who is Michael Rada? Who is Michal Rada?
My introduction is all the time the same. My name is Michal Rada. I'm human. And at the same time, I'm the founder of Industry 5.0. I'm somebody called me lunatic because I decided to build wasteless world for all. And I did it 11 years ago, and I go every single day in this direction. And I'm happy that I was able to build up a global network in 118 countries. And recently we added the oceans, global oceans and maritime environment. So at the moment, 93% of all people on the globe have access to Industry 5.0 principles and can build wasteless world together. Mm-hmm. This is me. But I am just a simple man with simple aim, nothing more.
Thank you very much. This talk is focused on communities. So people are listening who are interested in communities. And before we started recording, you mentioned that you maybe feel like it's a community, maybe not. Can you tell us basically, very briefly, your story? How did you build this network, Michael?
From the very beginning, so since 2013, I know that to be able to succeed in the aim of building wasteless world for all, I cannot do that alone. So I know from the very beginning, there will come time when I have to work with other people together. But then at the time of COVID, before the COVID, I started to make a world tour with Industry 5.0, but then the COVID hit. And despite being locked, I was invited to participate on several events. And one of those was the largest industrial conference of 2020, which took place in India, organized by the Confederation of Indian Industries. And it was really large. I did not expect it. And I was the man who was asked to deliver a keynote speech on Industry 5.0. George, I never expected what will happen. It was on August 20, 2020. I have a final word on the conference. And after that, I have 1 million follow-up in 1 week. Just to say, for the people who don't know Czech Republic, our capital has 1 million citizens. And the entire country has 10 million inhabitants. So to have 1 million follow-ups in 1 week is really surprising. And in these follow-ups, the biggest Indian companies asked me for support, for new lectures, and I knew that at the time But there was COVID. I cannot meet the guy in India physically. So I said, okay, I get in touch with one interested man called Shifarao Chala. And we tried whether me from Czech Republic can lead him to work with Industry 5.0 and to implement it. And it was possible. So we started. He started his journey as Industry 5.0 ambassador on October 14th, 2020. And before the end of the year, we started to assign new ambassadors because it works. He did not join me because I employ him. He did not join me because I can offer him money or a big title or anything else. He joined me because he does not want that his children live on a global landfill. And the image of wasteless world was so close to his heart that he decided to join me. He has his own company, but he joined me. And this is exactly how it started. So it was not Industry 5.0 itself. Industry 5.0 helped us or is helping us to build wasteless world, but it was the mindset that nobody generally would like to live on a landfill. And this mindset of wasteless world, this image of wasteless world, help us all to find more and more people who are interested, who would like to contribute. And as I said, there was never until now, never in 11 years, any money involved, means paying someone for joining us. No, there are 10 points which every ambassador must fulfill. Just one page, very simple, and one limit. And this limit is that in one country can be only one ambassador. But this is very limiting from the perspective of people who would like to join, including countries like India, USA, they have only one ambassador. So 1 year later, we have to launch a second layer of ambassadorship, as we call it. It's called Industry 5.0 Hero. And the hero does not have 10, but he or she has 12 points to be in line with. 2 points are related to support the ambassador generally. And the most active heroes become the ambassadors, and the ambassadors become the heroes. So simple it is. And it scale up in the size, which I mentioned already. So at the moment, 118 countries have their own ambassador. In many countries, there are heroes already acting. And we all work together towards one aim, the same aim, not 17 SDG goals, not ESG. No, it's really one aim, to build wasteless world for all. And this is how the community becomes stronger and stronger every single day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I must say that even at my networking event, Mastermind, coming next week, Usi Abu from Tanzania, protector of animals and ambassador of your network, he will be on behalf of you there speaking in English. And so this is great, and I admire this network very much. Michael, what are you grateful for or thankful for in the past?
For all the issues which I have to face. For example, as a child, I have a speech disorder. You know, I was stuttering, quite a strong one, and no doctors has been able to heal me up. But then when I was 18, I met someone, a doctor who make white hypnosis, and he generally within 1 hour, he eliminated my stuttering completely. But he did it with the help of white hypnosis, and he generally erased, or let's say, compressed 15 years of my life. So I do not remember anything from 0 to 15, nothing. Which my mom, of course, is not happy because it was the childhood. But at the same time, my brain capacity has additionally 15 years. And that's quite a lot of memory available. So I am able, my brain like the child brain. So it's like a mushroom. It absorbs information. I have a visual memory. I can memorize a lot of things. I can fast read as well. So I'm able really to process and to watch the global evolution and development of Industry 5.0 and be able to process it in a way and transfer it in a way to deliver. The second big part, for example, for me was, we can call it issue, but it was not an issue, in fact. You are living in Czech Republic. On November 17th, 1989, there was so-called Velvet Revolution, the end of the communist time in my country. It was Friday. And on Monday, I was at the fourth grade of a college. So just before finishing the college called gymnasium here in my country. And my brother was on the university in Prague. He came back, he referred, and it was such a big impression for me that I wrote a poem. It's called We Would Like to Be Free. And I put this handwritten poem on a school on a whiteboard in the corridor. In the first lesson of the day, the principal of the college came to the class, take me out of the room, not nicely. I had to go to his office, and he said, Mr. Rada, or Mr. Dura, I did not have my surname, if you will ever repeat this, you will not finish the school. I was scared. And the next day, I came back, and the same poem in very different writings has been on all the whiteboards. I haven't written a single one. And at the time, I realized how strong is the word, how strong is the language. And since November 20th, 1989, I never stopped writing. It's a lot of poems, 5 books of poems. Nothing was published, but I have to write. And you know yourself that the number of my posts, the number of blogs, and so on, it's really rather big comparing. And generally, writing helped me to make a time travel. So I am able to travel into the future and come back and see what will happen and report it. And I do it every day generally, which is quite interesting. And all this negatives helps me to be who I am, simple man, but a man with strong will to do what he decided he will do, and that's not be rich. That's the man who would like to, and I know that I will see wasteless world by my eyes, but I know as well that I will not live in it. But that's not important.
Michael, I have tears. I must say that I have tears in my eyes when you were talking about your story with the poems. So let's proceed because I need to cheer up a little bit. So I will proceed to the next question. By the way, if anybody has any questions about communities, please write down under this video. Michael or I will be very happy to answer every question. And thank you for listening to us. And Michael, by the way, do you have any question for me? For me?
I know, and I am following you for a while. We met on a logistic conference, and I was for all the time thinking that you are a logistician, but then you explained that you are not. But it's quite interesting to watch your journey. My question for you, because you expressed or you said just before we started that you moved right now in the middle of nowhere, where there is almost no connection, there are only animals. What was the reason for you to do this step?
Yes, the reason was health issues. I have some problem with borreliosis. This is a tick disease and infection of brain. And I really needed, because I lived all my life in Prague, and Prague is too noisy for me, and too many people, too much noise, too much pollution. So I needed really to stay with myself some time. So I rented for 1 year, I rented the cottage in the nature, and I will relax here. I will come up with new ideas. I will think about my life and move on. This is also due to my divorce with my wife after 20 years. So I need to pull myself together. So this is the reason why I moved.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Mm-hmm.
Let's continue. My last question for today about communities. What is your plan? What do your future hold for you? Can you invite us to some events that you are organizing? Maybe how can we join your network if we are interested, people who don't know you? Tell us, Michael.
So first, if you would like to know me or contact me, best way, go to LinkedIn and at my name, or there will be the link to the profile in the video, or just input my name in the Google search. But don't look at me, or you can try. Look at me, for example, at Wikipedia. You will not find a single notice because I am blocked and deleted. So as my work. So be very careful about this. And joining the events, I have almost weekly some events. So every Wednesday, for example, at 12 o'clock Central European time, there is a LinkedIn Live event. Every week we discuss one term, one word. And it's very interesting because the people from all around the globe are discussing their opinion about the term. There can be such a simple term like stone, like passion, like love, human, work. A lot of very simple terms which you discover they are not so simple at all, and many of those are hijacked. Then I have webinars on universities, and I don't know when this will be streamed, but I'm quite sure that it will take some time. But for example, tomorrow I will have which is the Wednesdays for 5th of June. We will have an event, the first Industry 5.0 event in Haiti. Never was there, and many knows that Haiti is struggling with a lot of criminality and similar. And still, the ambassador was able to call an event related to the future. The next day, I will be in Pilsen in a conference about machinery. I will have a keynote speech there. The week after, I will be 2 days in Trinidad, which is the other city on the north of Moravia, where I will participate on very interesting event, one of 65 all over the globe. Generally, there are only 65 similar related to the intellectual property and industry and so on. And I will have 2 keynotes there each day. So I'm looking forward. So I'm almost every day. People can find me best LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook as well. All the time, Michal Rada. I do not change the name. Instagram, Twitter. I use very few Twitter at the moment after Elon Musk took over. But I think it's much harder to get around me than and not to meet me than to meet me. Just quite interesting. Yesterday, I received from Academia Edu, which is one of the academic publishers. I received information that 102 times was my name. And so I check it. And what was interesting, that the term Industry 5.0, which I introduced on December 1st, 2015, was mentioned 6,743 times. So it's really harder to get around me and not to meet me than to meet me. So I hope I will meet everyone because, you know, I don't build the wasteless world for me. We say it's wasteless world for all. And that's important that we all united in harmony and unity. And this is why this month will be introduced the Declaration of Human Rights and Responsibilities, not the old one. We have spent months to write a new one, and it will be introduced at the end of this month.
I have let it sink a little bit. Thank you, Michael, for coming. I wish you good luck in your endeavor, and I hope we can make another continuation of our talk, because if people have questions, write us, what would you like to ask Michael? We will continue in the second volume of our summit with Michael if he accepts my invitation, because I didn't ask, and I would like to ask in the next session about trends in your field, about problems that you have challenged during your journey, and many questions which I didn't ask today, but we will leave for the next time. Thank you, Michael, for coming.
Thank you for having me, and I wish everyone and you, George, have a nice time free of waste and wasting. Be free be healthy, and be human. Thank you.